This is TV3, your election command center, and we are keeping a tab on every political development in the country. Later on, we'll find out what's happening in the camps of the NDC and the NPP. But as we speak now, the focus is on the PPP because the court seems to have ruled in their favor, and the court also gave certain provisions that the EC must go by. I want to pick the thoughts of a governance expert to know what he makes of the ruling as well, and how that could, if it is possible, how that could affect the elections. Dr. Eric Oduru Osae has joined us on the line. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for your thoughts.
Good afternoon, my brother.
To start with, this came a few minutes ago. Per your analysis, would it affect this year's election in any way?
Yes, it will affect it positively. It would mark the beginning of a good process, because now rule of law is working and it is victory for democracy. What it then means is that PPP will have to be reinstated on the list so that they can continue with the process. Again, it also means that the EC, before the ruling, has committed itself to the fact that any ruling of the court will be accepted by the EC. So we look forward for the EC to implement this decision. It also opens an opportunity or a window for those similar parties that were disqualified by the EC to go back to court, riding on this precedent judgment that the court has given to pursue their case. When you look at it all in all, it is positive and good development in our democracy.
Right, but Doc, in the same vein, what would you say about the other political parties? Clearly, there are those who are arguing that it is the lawyer that Dr. Papa Kwesi Nduom chose that did a good bidding for him and put out a good case. But if the other parties are picking lawyers who may not necessarily put up a good, an equal case, do you think that the ruling for Dr. Papa Kwesi Nduom should be used as a measure to allow the other parties to contest?
Well, I don't want to believe with that school of thought. I want to believe that all lawyers are good lawyers. It is all about your case. Yes, Honorable Aikotu is a very good lawyer, but I believe that if his client has had a very bad case, he wouldn't have won. The case was good, the lawyer was good, they've won their case. So if any of such parties have a very good case, they shouldn't care about the lawyer in charge. Every lawyer is a very good lawyer. You need a very good case. You go to court, you prosecute the case well, and you win. So it's not about the lawyer, it's about the case.
Yes, but Doc, the various reasons were given for the disqualification. And for Dr. Papa Kwesi Nduom's case, we all could attest to, at least the one that stands out is the fact that one person endorsed his forms in the central region and that same person endorsed in the Volta region. So that smacks of either double registration or one person doing an illegality. So on that score, Dr. Papa Kwesi Nduom's reasons for going to court may be different from maybe the NDP or the APC, who they said had signature issues and were not able to fully comply by the rules of engagement. So in this case, can you say the measure for the PPP should be the same thing that should allow the other parties to contest?
The measure should not necessarily be the same, but the ruling sets a precedent for all people or all political parties in the same category to appeal their case. So it will be a case-by-case basis. Some can border on criminality, others may be trivial or immaterial. But my point is that this is a precedent ruling on which other similar political parties that were disqualified by EC can ride on, though their issues may be slightly different, but the basic precedent ruling still stands.
And does this open the floodgates for people to drag the EC to court left, right, center?
It opens the floodgates, and that is why I have again advised the EC to set up an internal legal department so that the legal department will be dealing with these issues while the commission concentrates on its core mandate of doing the elections. Because if they allow, as it were, retainer lawyers to be able to handle these cases for them, it's going to affect their operations. Because every now and then, they will have to go to court as witnesses. It will open the floodgates for a number of legal cases, so the EC should brace itself. But my advice is that they shouldn't lose focus at all. They have work to do. The work is to organize peaceful, credible elections come November. The legal cases would come December.
Right.
The legal cases will come, but they should be able to fight it. They should set up internal legal department that will help them better.
You mentioned in your earlier submission that this is going to affect the elections positively. But do you also agree with those who are saying that this dents the credibility and confidence of the Electoral Commission?
Not at all. I would disagree with that school of thought. The Electoral Commission is there to work. They are working with laws. And you will agree with me that laws can be interpreted differently. And that is why we have the courts there to come in to give clear interpretation to the law. So that it will not dent the image or the confidence of the EC. The EC will go ahead to do its work. If anything at all, it will rather boost the confidence of Ghanaians that anything that would happen in the election, if you go to court, you have a good justice delivery system that will give justice. So I think that there is no denting of confidence here. What it has done is that it has proven to us that we are a nation that believes in the rule of law, and anybody at all can run to court insofar as you have a very good case and you think there is some injustice that has been meted against you.
We are grateful for your time, Dr. Eric Oduru Osae, for your thoughts on this development. This is TV3. Thank you very much for staying with us.